Good evening, everyone. Absolute delighted, absolute pleasure to be here. I think it's a great feeling when you interact with students. A lot of excitement, a lot of energy. The best thing about coming to a campus is you kind of relive your old past, and it's a fantastic feeling. Breaking barriers is what we're talking about. And this is me, feeling so excited to be here today. And I think that's what the magic is. What do you see now? I'm so glad the answer was so spontaneous. And what happens if we apply forces to it? We're talking about two types of forces. External force and the internal force. When you apply the external force, life ends. When you apply the internal force, and that comes from inside, the little chick there breaks its first barrier. When it breaks the first barrier, good things happen. It sees life. It moves out of the comfort zone. It moves out of the shell, and great things happen from the inside. All psychological theories talk about the fact that everything happens from the inside. You talk about Hertzberg, you talk about expectancy theory, you talk about whatever theory you talk about, it's all about the inside. When you look at people who are positive or negative, we say it's basically the beliefs that they have. It's the programming that they have. And when I look at this little picture, so we'll do a little exercise. Ready? So we'll break the group into two. Only for this exercise. I know you guys are very positive people. This group is going to be very positive for the next 20, 30 seconds. And this group is going to be not so positive for the next 20, 30 seconds. Fair enough? Now, you have this picture in front of you. So give me some positive words, this group. Give me some positive words that come to your mind when you see this picture. Calm, peace. Keep fighting the words. Happiness. Now, for a second, let's take a break. Move to the people who are not so positive. Can you find some words which are not so good? Lonely. More words, yes. Sorry? Boring. Mundane. But that's what life is all about. You meet people around you and you see a mix of positive and negative people all around you. When you ask somebody a simple question, how is life? What answers you normally get? What do they say? Chal raha hai, kat rahi hai, surviving, ji rahe hain. I'm not going to go to those special words youngsters use, so I will skip that part. But what are the other words they use? Go ahead. The one sorry? Tough. Where are the positive words? Sorry? Tiring. That's coming from the heart. Yeah? Looks like it just happened. But that's what people do. And the one I get across the globe is, Prakash, you don't know my story. I am the most unlucky guy in this world. Really? You met the 7 billion plus people in the world? Where is the excitement? Where's the positivity? When you get up in the morning, and I want a very honest answer from this wonderful group. When you get up in the morning, look at the mirror for the first time, what do you tell yourself? Wow. Or do you say, उड़ गया तू? अब क्या करेगा तू? कल Sunday है, चलो. Where's the excitement? I'm going to share with you, essentially, in this session, 4 messages, 4 lessons. You're students here, and in a while, you'll be moving from here to this way. You enter the corporate world. You go outside. I'm going to talk about 4 messages. Number 1 lesson, which I've learned in my life. Number 1, don't enter, make an entry. We came to this planet. We spent 9 months. We arrived one day. And one day we know we will exit. And in between, there's this beautiful magic called life that is happening around us. Because the most beautiful thing of life is life itself. Question is, do we exist or do we live? And you find people all around you. And I go back to this beautiful movie, Forrest Gump, where Tom Hanks says a beautiful line. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Now, that's so true about life. So many people around us, so many opportunities around us, so many challenges around us. It's the way you respond. Are you reacting or are you responding? And that makes a huge difference. When you have these negative people around you, what happens? What happens to you? So embrace life. You only live once. Don't enter, make an entry. Wherever you go. Imagine the excitement. Imagine a grumpy guy who cannot smile for nuts. And you meet people like that. They don't smile, they're not excited. And they keep saying, "Aap jante nahi meri kahani." Kya bataun? Kahan se shuru karun? Where are you? Yahi Narsimhanji. Why? Where's the pride? I love the way you talked about the passion. And God bless you, sir. It's all about making the difference. Because at the end of the day, life is about these little differences that you can make. And watch out. So don't enter. Make an entry. You go back home. Talk to your family. Today, call them up. Your parents are away. Call them up. "Mama, I was missing you. Just thought about you. Papa, I was missing you." And that's exactly what life is, My life is very simple. 2 daughters and wife. That's my world. And you've got to make a little excitement in that. And that's what it is, And you love people who bring the energy out. So don't enter, make an entry. When you have a word party, what words come to your mind? Go ahead. You want to say the words out. Say the words out. What words come to your mind? No, don't give me those words. Yeah, give me the words. Enjoying. Exciting. Happening. Imagine there's a grumpy guy who cannot smile for nuts and says, "Tere ghar mein party hai." Shall I come for happiness? Do you want these guys around? When you hire people in corporate life, what do you want? Attitude is 80%, aptitude is 20%. If you have the skills, you will not have the will, but if you have the will, you will have the skills. That's a promise. And you need people around that. So that's why I said, don't enter, make an entry. So number 1 lesson that we're talking about. Number 2, the power of +1. In life, we cannot change the beginning. We can't. But I promise you one thing, starting right here, right now, if all of us decide to do something different every day, and let's call it the power of +1, marginal improvement, we will change the ending. And isn't that romantic? We will change the ending. Look at all the people in the world. You talk about Gates, you talk about Steve Jobs, you talk about Elon Musk, you talk about Jeff Bezos, you talk about Narayana Murthy, you talk about Premji, you talk about Amitabh Bachchan, you talk about Sachin Tendulkar, you talk about Abdul Kalam Saab. All of them had one thing in common: to become better every day. Now, what is change? Change is this: becoming a better caterpillar is a change. But when caterpillar becomes a butterfly, that's transformation. And how did this transformation take place? Pluses, +1s become the transformation. From transactional, we move to transformational. And that's where the magic happens. Rarely speaking, that's what excitement is all about. You look at people around you who made that happen is because they believe they can make a difference. In this world, you can fool anybody, but you can never fool yourself. And you look at yourself and say, yes, am I in the transactional mode or am I in a transformational mode? You look at people. Imagine a pilot who doesn't love his life. What will happen to all of you? We may land. Just imagine for that little statement. Imagine a doctor who's not excited. Seriously. I've been in training for 20 years and I know it. The day I don't love it, I'll move away. This is my passion. And the challenge is to make a difference everywhere. The power of +1. We call it marginal improvements. And that's what professionalism is all about. And 2 words become important here. 2 words. Number 1, am I stretching? Number 2, am I developing? So you can put the +1 and say stretch and development. And that's when the equation happens. And that's when the synergy happens. When you talk about passion, you talk about 2 more words. When you talk about breaking barriers, we're talking about 2 more words. Passion, purpose, engagement. Passion, I want to do something. Really, I want to do something. Purpose, what you want to do. Engagement, how I go about doing it. A lot of people don't know what they want. The tragedy of life is not that I didn't reach my dreams. The tragedy is I had no dreams to reach. And I meet people like that. When I'm counseling people, they don't know what they want in life. Prakash, mera kya hai? I'm like a bubble bee. sometimes here, sometimes there. So what do you want after 5 years? What do you want after 10 years? Wherever life takes me. Now, who are these guys? We talk about vision, we talk about execution. Remember Einstein's statement, vision minus execution is equal to hallucination? So you have to believe that, yes, this is what I want to do. So this is the transformation we're talking about, the butterfly. Number 3, I'm going to talk about is the word fight. Lesson number 3, fight. Fight what? Fight everything around you. Fight negativity. Positivity spreads fast, negativity spreads faster. Fight it. There are people around you who are facilitators and ambassadors of negativity. You're feeling excited. What's your name? Purvi. Purvi, you're feeling excited and you say, I want to do something today. Suddenly this guy will come from nowhere and say, Purvi, kuch nahi hoga tera. Mera dekh, mera kuch hua hai. Who are these people? The entire motivation in life is to reduce your motivation. And they do that all around you. And to handle this, I'm talking about the lesson number 3, flight, fright, or fight. And I have a technique for this. I call it the 3-finger technique. When you have people like that around you, ask 3 questions from yourself. Question number 1, who the hell are these guys? So why the hell should I worry about them? And what the hell do they know about me? 1, 2, 3. You can replace the word hell by any other word you want to. But the focus is ask. Because if you don't ask the questions, you'll never be able to give the answers. Negativity spreads faster than positivity. A lot of good things start, but they never get executed because of the negativity. We start getting beliefs, doubts, and things like that. And anybody who wanted to achieve something, achieved because something was happening here. Talking about fight, my own little story. Let me ask a simple question before I do that. Just say yes or no. Our parents struggled much more than you and I have done. Yes or no? Yes. My father was in RBI, middle-class family, middle-class background, financial challenges, but we were a close family. I did schooling from Xavier, Jaipur, did college chemistry honors from Hindu College. In between, tried medicine, didn't happen, and joined chemistry honors in Hindu College. Not really sure what to do. Concept of MBA happened, joined SIBM, and I think that's where something was happening. That's where I realized, I think the caterpillar was turning a butterfly. And I started enjoying it. But it was not easy for my parents to support me there. I had to kind of do odd jobs. The one I remember the most is selling my voice in FTI Pune. They used to pay me something like 15 rupees an hour or something. But that was important. I don't remember the exact amount, but that's what it was. And I was learning a lot. Campus placement happened. First job selling computers door to door for HCL. Learned a lot. Citibank. Learned a lot. I fell in love with training there. Then joined Bank of America and kind of learned business. All 3 jobs taught me a lot of things. I made a lot of mistakes. And I must say that HCL taught me how to sell. Citi taught me how to train, and Banking taught me how to run a business. 1996, I'll never forget. I'm asthmatic, and I had a huge, huge asthma attack. I was in the hospital 11 months in and out. My lungs were 21%. I couldn't walk from here to here. And things were getting tough. Realities of life suddenly hit you. 2 daughters, 3 months and 3 years. Housewife, father retired, mom had passed away. Only earning member is not earning. I lost my job. Moved out of Delhi, moved to Pune, and started my training setup called the Redwood Edge, 1997. Koi nahi puchta yaar. Koi nahi puchta. It's your fight. Flight, fright, fight. That's what my wife told me. She said, I didn't marry a bank American, I married a Prakash. Earlier used to go to work, now both will go to work. We'll do it for our daughters. The problem was, financial was fine, but the biggest problem was the people around you. They're so negative. They'll come and tell me, Bichara Prakash ka career gaya. I know I'm down, but I'm not out. Poor Prakash. Who wants sympathy? I want business. And then, like any business, it goes through its period of struggle, and still things started improving. And then those same guys come back to you and say, see, Prakash, I told you na, kab kata sale. The reality of life is this is life. Flight, fright, or fight. And then suddenly, things started happening. 20 years later, 2,600 workshops, 25 countries, 140,000 people, about 140 clients. I think I still feel nervous the way I started it. But I think I love it because that's the only thing I know. Because if you feel you made a difference in somebody's life, you believe you contributed something, and that's what I love, the training part. Then, of course, what do you see here? I'm looking handsome, right? What do you see there? Absolutely. So when life throws oranges, change it into orange juice. And that's exactly what you got to do every time. This was one of the features in SIBM talking about it. So flight, fright, or fight. The fourth one, and this is one of the things with being an asthmatic. 3 years back, I ran the marathon, which was, I think, was a huge success for me. I didn't do the full one, but a 7-kilometer one. But somebody who never ran before, this is a huge success. I think I broke a barrier there, big time. The fourth one is the triangle of life, the fourth lesson. This lesson probably happened as I was evolving. We came to this planet only for one reason, to have lots and lots and lots of fun. Not fun at people, but fun with people. And you decide what fun means to you. Second, knowledge, expertise. Nobody can take away in this world from you education and knowledge. Add to it experience, we have a lethal combination. And third one, inspiration. Either you're inspiring or getting inspired. When the three meet, I think we create a fantastic intersection we call a sweet spot. That's when you break the barriers. That's when you start saying, yes, I want to do something. Really speaking, when you look at life and you start saying, this didn't work, but plan A failed, but you got 25 more letters in the alphabet. Something will work for you. And you got to make that magic happen. Yes or no? And coming towards the end of the session, I like to say motivation is not easy to sustain yourself. It's a 24/7 mindset. It requires energy, requires effort, and requires a lot of time and commitment. But when it happens, it's magical. Prayer in your lips, dreams in your eyes, passion in your heart, action in your hands. Who will stop you? Nobody. You gotta go there and break the barriers. Breaking barriers is a promise. You can't break that. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish all of you all the very success in your life. Go out there, break the barriers, and make yourself proud. Take care. Thank you very, very much.